Hey guys, welcome to my first ever recording of, I don't know what to call this yet, but I just wanted to talk into the abyss with some random topics here. And join me while I just made a cup of tea and build a fun little Bowser. I just wanted to do a one take on this. I have no idea where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to record something to put out there. Maybe get my thoughts out there, talk about some nonsense, just random crap, because I feel like talking, getting my thoughts, opinions out there on some stuff. But yeah, anyway, here is a Bowser that I am, I'm really sad that I didn't get to build the whole thing on camera, but I don't think I have enough topics. So I prepared all this and I only have like an hour of memory in the memory card. So even if I prepped it all, I overlooked how much memory space I have. So I think an hour is good. Who's really gonna watch this? And if I get any type of views, I'll just make another video on some other topics. I have a few topics to talk about, just random crap. But maybe you can sit back, enjoy. Maybe it sounds good or it's cool to watch me build it. I have a few other things I want to build. This took me, I think, how many hours did this take me? I mean, here, look, let me give an example. Hopefully, this is my first time running this, but I have a bag here and I have all this stuff. But each one of these bags takes me like, hopefully it doesn't sound awful on the microphone, but each one of these bags kind of takes me like 45 minutes or an hour. Well, the other bags in the beginning took an hour, but lately they got a lot easier. So sorry if I look at the recording time. Hopefully the microphone is fine. Hopefully the microphone is good. I got it because I record some other review type of videos for an anime that I enjoy to watch. I don't know how many anime fans are out there, but hasn't gotten any traction. But I've always liked the thought of just recording and talking into the abyss, and just throwing my thoughts out there. But let me just platform them and concentrate them all somewhere, right? But yeah, hopefully this doesn't sound horrible with the bag crunching. But it took me, I don't know how many times I've talked about it, but it took me about, I don't know how many hours. There's 22 bags in here, and each bag was like 45 minutes. It's taken me a few weeks because I work as a civil engineer, 9 to 5. Well, not really 9 to 5, but 40 plus hours a week, and I finish this every week or so. So I have the remaining 2 bags here. Oops, I opened the wrong one. That's okay. Good thing I caught it. So just sit back and enjoy hearing me talk about utter nonsense for maybe an hour, right? Hearing me talk about utter ridiculousness of whatever I have on my head, So I am a civil engineer, and I have no direction where this is going to go. I'm just going to talk at the top of my head. I wrote down some topics here that, god darn it keeps turning off, right? Just random stuff that I wanted to talk about myself, just random stuff where I'm at. So I'm a civil engineer. I work 40 hours a week right now, and it's good. And maybe you just want to see me, maybe you just listen to something, want to watch me build it. Maybe it sounds good on the mic, but yeah, just gonna talk about random stuff. Go to the page, I'm here like putting this down. Maybe there's an audience for people that want to watch somebody else build a Lego piece, right? Some Legos. But let me find the page. This is my first time doing this. I have no idea what direction I'm going with all this. But I'm a civil engineer. Work 40 hours a week. I I've gotten pretty lucky in life. Oh, this tea, I've gotten into some really nice teas. I have obsessed over this lately. Not, I've dropped the Diet Coke. I used to be a big advocate of Diet Coke. I loved it, 0 calories. But I don't know. I went to Japan and I have other things I want to build. So if this catches traction, I have other things I want to build that went to Japan. Oh, that's nice. And all they had was tea, all tea. When I asked for a Diet Coke, they're like, I think they didn't understand what I was saying. Coke, should they bring like a red can? No, I don't want regular Coke, like a Diet Coke. And I saw like Coke Zeros, but I didn't like Coke Zeros. And all they had when I asked for water instead, just water, they brought tea. And it was such a nice, mild tea that I asked them, what tea is this? Hojicha. So it's roasted green tea. And I've never been a fan of green tea, but man, hojicha tasted very nice when you add plenty of water. Like if the thing tells you for an 8-ounce cup, 1 teaspoon for an 8 ounce, do 16 or more, and it's gonna taste pretty good. And I got obsessed with that, but I think I derailed on that, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Like I have like ADHD and I just goes all over the place. Maybe I don't even finish building it because I keep talking about random crap. But I'm a civil engineer and it's been good. I've gotten very lucky in life, I think. Not lucky enough to own a house, goddammit. I'm in that age bracket, right? So why didn't I buy a house in 2008? I was in freaking middle school, so of course I can't freaking own a house. I wasn't lucky enough. And of course when 2020 happened, I don't know if I could say the word or whatever. I was scared. My mom was, of course, what's it called? She was very good at it. She wanted to buy houses in 2008. She only bought one house, the one that she lives in. But she wanted to buy a house. She said, "Buy a house, just buy a piece of land." And I was afraid. I was not knowledgeable, even though I should have known better. I was old enough, right? But that was all my savings. That's putting me in a position where I don't know. Anyway, I didn't buy a house. And now that dream of owning a house is basically like completely out there. It's an insane how much, because I live in South Florida. I'm just gonna say where I'm at. Wow, I can't find this darn piece. I live in South Florida, and of course South Florida is a position where everything rose in price. And I'm sure this is everywhere in the United States. Everywhere rose in price. Everything went up in price. Wow, come on. Let me find this piece. 1 second. Everything rose in price. So, got that. Almost fell. I can't afford a house because for some reason everything needs 25% down, which I'm not giving 80,000 down to a house for some freaking reason. The bank is telling me I can't accept you because your expenses, or because I have a car, right? Your expenses pass 50% of your income or something like that. Of course, that's why housing is not going to crash anytime soon, because banks are quite literally saying, hey, you really don't make enough to own a house. So who's buying all these houses? Corporations. And I can tell you that corporations, LLCs, big companies, I can tell you that because I'm permitting their things in South Florida. I'm the one that's creating those. No, not me. I'm getting them the ability to make those freaking giant. They're buying plots of land and combining them into one, which you can do, and building apartment complexes. So yeah, there's a ton of apartments. Yeah, there's a ton of people that are buying those, but they're renting them at a ridiculous amount of price. Wow, can I find this piece? I thought this was going to be a little more easier and relaxing. Yeah, so let me just chill and not just anyway. I mean, just that's one of my things that I was talking about that I thought of. Anyway, I've gotten lucky. I in high school I maintained a 3.5 GPA without trying. You know, it's not a humble. I guess it's a humble brag, right? I maintained a 3.5 GPA without even trying because I never applied myself. I never took hard classes. I never took anything. I recommend never. I mean, it's really difficult. Are you going to go to college, do dual enrollment, take those classes that are going to save you from college credits because those college credits are money that you would not have to pay if you passed the class in high school. But I never thought of the future like that. I never took dual enrollment or anything like that, which classes, college classes are easy, like those beginner ones. But I maintained a 3.5 GPA because I never applied myself. I took Spanish one, you know, I speak Spanish. It's a class for Spanish speakers. I remember there's some Spanish speaker that took an early a Spanish speaking class for non-Spanish speakers, and he was in there, which is pretty funny. I don't remember what happened to that. I think he just got an A. Wow, I cannot find this piece. I think you've been listening to me talk with the same piece in my hand this whole time. Did it fall? I have the black piece. Wow, I am lost here. I will get back to that train of thought in a second. Once I find this piece, I fail to believe that there's a piece that maybe I've lost. I was this the 21 bag? Oh! I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I was looking at the wrong freaking bag, at the wrong piece. Anyway, I was looking at the wrong part in the booklet. I'm like, where is this thing? Where is this? Come on, put your head in the game. So I've gotten very lucky in life in the sense that I got a 3.5 GPA. I never really applied myself. And I got a scholarship because, of course, I get a scholarship, right? You maintain a high GPA, you go to college. And I got a full ride scholarship to my community college. And because I'm at a 3.5 GPA, I got a scholarship that pays for half my credits. So I told myself, I'm going to go to community college because I had enough of a frontal lobe, you know, that I'm trying to see if I'm going to go to, I'm not going to go to university right now. I'm going to go to community college because I have a full ride there for 2 years. Full ride for 2 years. And I have a scholarship that's paying half my credits. So easy. I am literally getting paid to go to college. So I that's what I did. I got very lucky. While in college, I did my time, did my time, like, and I graduated. It was pretty. Oh, it's not a yellow piece. And it was good. I mean, everything was smooth sailing. Graduated. I mean, civil engineering was difficult in a sense. It's one of the easier ones, but it was difficult. I would have to say it was. But if I applied myself, I could have gotten any engineering degree because I know I can. Maybe not chemical engineering. They didn't offer it, but that's what I wanted to do. And then I took Chem 1, Chem 2. Oh, that was awful. That was an awful class. I can't imagine taking organic chemistry, but it's a very interesting subject. How much time am I on? 14? Sure, cool. Just gonna keep talking. Okay. And it was good. College was fun. You know, you miss those days. College was a good time. 4 of these. I wasn't kicked out of my house. I stayed with my mom. Stayed with my mom very long. Because, hey, I didn't have to pay a mortgage or anything. Or rent, I mean. So I stayed with my mom. Got lucky there. I didn't have to pay anything until recently. Which is rent. You know, I wanted to finally move out. I'm not going to say how old I am yet. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm at that age where I'm filling out for an IRA, right? Traditional. I'm worrying about retirement, and I'm worrying about the whole economy. Can't afford a darn house. What's gonna happen? Big companies own 25% or more, or like 20 to 25% of the houses or land now. But I I ended up getting a job out of college. We're good. And you'd think, you made it. College engineering degree. And depending where you are, if you asked me if I made it and I'm good, I would tell you I am feeling pretty calm if I bought a house before 2020 or right after during 2020. I would have bought a house, would ask me, I would be good. I'd be cruising. I would be literally cruising. But I don't have a house. We're not cruising. We are at the mercy of rent prices. I mean, maybe it's a South Florida thing. I'm not going to say how much I'm making right now. But on $80,000, let's say, an engineer that makes $80,000, because engineers vary right now. You can get a license or whatever, and you can vary and make six figures. I could very well make six figures. Not making six figures. Could very well make six figures, and it would be tough still. I mean, it's very tough to live in South Florida right now because all these companies are moving here, and it happened during the remote boom. Everybody started moving here for some freaking reason. I mean, it's a very nice place except in the summer because it's extraordinarily hot this year right now. It's very hot. And this tea, if I recommend a tea, it is Hojicha and Genmaicha. These two teas are very, very tasty. Very refreshing. It's gonna be midnight. It's not midnight, but it's gonna be midnight soon. And just talking to a camera here, telling my life story here, right? But anyway, you'd think I made it, but I've broken down my check and I'm worrying about retirement because, hey, we all know Social Security is not going to be there for when I'm retired, right? I got to worry about my own retirement while paying for somebody else's retirement, which is ass, let me tell you. I don't want to pay somebody's retirement. If I can opt out, I would, because I know it's not going to be there for me. But I'm at that age where you kind of worrying about retirement and doing these IRA calculations of how much I need to retire, and so you can take 4% out when you're finally retired. And it's like, okay, well, I need to put more, I need to worry about more, I need to contribute to my 401k and an IRA on the side, just so we can worry about retiring. The economy is in a very rough place. I don't know how other people are doing it here. I feel like a lot of people got lucky and they're still here because they're cruising, like I mentioned. I would be cruising if I owned a house before 2020. I would be able to own a house and just pay that and be at a, I don't know, 2,400 monthly payment. But doing the calculations of a house in Miami with 7% interest is $3,100 a month, and that's high, man. That's a lot. With 7% interest, I've broken my check down, and I am in a great, amazing relationship with my fiance. And I've done numbers, I'm good at math. That's one thing I enjoyed. I enjoyed math when I was taking it in college even. I enjoyed doing math. But man, we're saving for trips. I went to Japan, as I mentioned, and I saw how much of a hole that dug. So I broke everything down and I said, okay, this is how much we gotta save so we can have fun trips. This is how much we got to contribute to our IRA. this is how much we got to do for our debts, because you know, I was dumb and I bought it. You know, I graduated college with only like 5,000 in debt because of my scholarships. Went to community college first, then university, and knocked it out of the park. You know, I barely graduated with any debt because I took a little longer to graduate. Was good, but anyway, I got some debt now because I'm dumb. Whatever. I mean, you want to enjoy some stuff, right? You gotta enjoy your life because, man, I'm looking at those statistics, and men live up to like 77. My father passed away at 79, and I mean, if I retire at earliest 59, latest 65 with 401k, like I'm not getting 401k money until 67. I think it's like, okay, well, am I gonna even enjoy this money? Am I even able to walk? So you want to enjoy your life now. Want to enjoy your time now. What was I talking about now? I completely forgot. So let me just keep building this piece, this stuff up here. I wanted to build some of this and just talk to whoever listens, you know. And I don't know, maybe this is such a niche or random conversation. I like anime stuff. I like investing too. I mean, I've done some crypto, some stocks. I'm doing the IRA stuff also, investing in that. It's maybe not fun at all, really, right? I mean, maybe you just want to, maybe you came here and you wanted to see somebody build instead of talking about some crap. But yeah, economy is rough, and I am sure it's rough for everybody. I have no idea what's gonna lead to all this. You know, where is this all gonna lead to? But I can't imagine how other people are doing it when me, as a civil engineer, who I thought that's all I needed. You know, all I was told. Oh, I messed up there. All I was told when I was in college, in high school, was go to college, get a degree. My father wanted me to be a engineering major, and I did it. I mean, I wanted to do something with my life, and it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy my coworkers. Nothing wrong with it. I enjoy what I do. It's office work. Can't complain. I can only complain about the economy. You know, can't afford a house. What what are we supposed to do? Can't afford much else except renting. Let me just finish this up here. But it's all good. Just talking to the abyss. You know, I don't think anybody will even watch this, so whatever. I don't even know if I want to make more, right? If I keep making other videos, but maybe I reiterate some stuff, so it's fine. Let me see if I could finish this. Gosh darn it, I really wanted to finish this today, and I've been talking an earful now. I really don't talk that much. But yeah, it's rough out there. I'm not sure. Black ones. I'm not sure. I might consider moving, to be honest, because it is very tough out in South Florida right now. It's basically like trying to live in New York, trying to live in California, in specific cities. It's rough. Maybe you want to hear somebody just build this, right? Maybe this is a good ASMR and just build this. How much time am I on? 24 minutes. So I'll be building the rest of it. Maybe I pause before because I have like, maybe in the last 5 minutes I'll pause it and I'll show the finished build. What am I doing here? Okay. But yeah, it's rough. I don't know what's going to happen. And, you know, the stock market makes it look like everything is fine. Everything is Gucci. But yeah. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yep. Good. Now we do 2 of those. Let's do this. Let's do that. But yeah, just that's my background. I don't know if it's even good to say that, you know? Like, I don't know if I'm just blabbering on too much. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm just blabbering on here. Trying to build this, but I have other builds. I have other things. I mean, I don't think I have enough time to show, but it's Gundams that I have in, the capability of building that are down there that I got from Japan. I could talk about my trip to Japan. Japan is a fantastic country. It is a beautiful. I want to go back to Japan. I went to Japan this year. It is a fantastic country with amazing culture and people. Very nice people. I didn't experience a problem when I got there, and it's a shame that they are not allowing some people into not into Kyoto, into the geisha district, because of very rude tourists, which doesn't surprise me, man. Doesn't surprise me. The world feels like it's getting worse, or maybe it's just that we have access to so much information now that we see all this going around, people being disrespectful. I don't know what happened. I feel like people used to have a lot more manners before. You know? I feel like there was a difference. There was... people weren't so shallow. But I think that's got to do something with capitalism and everybody and the whole... what's the word? Not decentralization. The whole... what is it? Numbness to it, right? There's like a numbness going around of being oblivious to you being so darn disrespectful. I feel like there hasn't been proper repercussions for being so darn disrespectful to people. And I don't know, I feel like that's also because everybody has a camera around them. But that tea is very nice. I am grateful that I got to learn about that, because now I don't have to drink Diet Coke anymore. I mean, I liked Diet Coke, but after I went to Japan for 2 weeks and I didn't drink Diet Coke at all for 2 weeks, and I got back to the States and I drank my first Diet Coke, man, it shocked me. I'm like, whoa, this doesn't taste like anything. This doesn't taste like anything. I was freaking out. I'm like, oh, that doesn't taste enjoyable at all. It tasted like pure chemicals. And then I said, oh. And then after, because I had still a case of like 6, 7, 8 left, it dangerously started tasting good again. And I'm like, man, like the second can, I'm like, oh, it's back to normal. But it's really weird. It's like how because I work out and I also lost weight, and I cut off a ton of processed sugar. And when I went back to eating something, it was overly sweet. Eating a Dunkin' Donuts, like you can eat and then you get used to how sweet it is again, but oh, hiccup. It tasted way too sweet. I didn't want to taste that again. I mean, I didn't want it because it throws me off completely with how sweet it is. So we are not into that much processed sugar anymore because it is overly sweet. Oh, right there, this one. And I'm just talking completely random stuff. Yeah, like I have my topics here and I'm 30 minutes in, but the current economy, what I work on, the 401k, the IRA. I don't want to be a doomer in here, right? But yeah, why am I going to talk about that? I put a note of, AI is also a thing. AI is very terrifyingly good. Terrifyingly good, because I've used AI to map out my trip to Japan. I asked it, what do I do? What should I do? Where should I go? And it gave me a list. And it was dangerously close to what my girlfriend had written down. Go to Kyoto, go to Osaka, and go to Tokyo, and do some other stuff. There was a list of other things to do, but like the main ones are Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. Beautiful, beautiful country. I seriously recommend it to everybody. And now we are planning other trips. I used to, it's funny, I used to be somebody that did not travel. I did not go anywhere. I stayed at home. I told myself the computer is really all I need to do. And then she's gotten me out. She's made me a better person, really. And I'm obsessed now of thinking where to go next. Of course, it takes money. It takes money to go. So now you're planning for trips. You're planning for retirement. You're planning for a house. It's a ton of stuff. And is it this one? What? That's wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? How is this supposed to go? So yeah, you're planning a ton of stuff. You're planning for retiring, money, and all that. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna hold. Whatever, it's fine. I got other stuff. I need a bigger memory card. I want to just keep talking about some random crap, even though nobody might hear it. So maybe it's better if it does cut short, and then I can talk about some other stuff in a different video. Ooh, this piece right here. Let's see. But yeah, AI, right? It's gonna take over. It's gonna take a ton of work and people's jobs. It's already taking, some coding jobs, some other individuals' jobs. It's pretty scary because you could be working in the same field for 20 years. And even my job is, oh shoot. Even my job is doing AI. And you're gonna, like, my boss isn't worried. He's like, yeah, you're always gonna need an engineer to supervise and view the work because it's gonna take the CAD person's jobs first because you need somebody to draw my vision of what I want designed, but that can be done by AI. And obviously, man, I can tell you there's a ton of manual things I need to do that would need to be incorporated. But hey, in 20 years, man, AI has advanced so fast in just a year or two, man, that it's taken some people's, what the heck? Oh, make two of these. If I go back and remake this one, now I'm gonna make the hands. AI has taken like a ton of jobs already. Like, it's done translation jobs. It's done a lot of other people's tasks. And I can't imagine it might even happen. Maybe in 20 years, I'm out of a job because, hey, AI is doing the majority of the lifting and we need really 2 engineers to do that one thing. Or just supervise that thing. And there's so much outsourced work that I'm hearing about to overseas companies. Don't want to mention, but that's also sucks. You're competing versus, and this is something, one of my pet peeves is, how did engineers end up being the ones that really I see no raise in salary? And I mean, this is for everybody, right? There's no raise in salary for something that, hey, I can't find people to hire because there's nobody really applying for work. So it's such a combination of things. It's capitalism, so all the consultation firms are competing against each other to keep prices down. And it just ends up being so that you're in this very, like, chokehold of a economy because your wage isn't going up. So you're all competing to be the lowest price so people can hire you. So you're fighting against all the other consultation companies being dumb. So you really can't pay the engineer more. It's just a combination of things that affects the pay, but it feels so difficult to talk to everybody at one time and say, hey, if you just all say I'm going to charge twice as much, well, that's a pipe dream, right? if you can all just agree, hey, we're gonna raise wages because we're gonna raise our prices because hey, we can't, we're doing too much work. It's too much responsibility for the pay sometimes. So it's just kind of sucks that we're in that kind of scenario. But yeah, that was a tangent. AI is just taking over some people's jobs, um, and it's tragic. You know, there's people that have been working the same thing for 15, 20 years, and they're being done in by an AI computer. Hell, I can be in 20 years be the next thing done by an AI computer. I'll be 50 or something, right? I don't know. I didn't do the math there. Yeah, but yeah. What was I gonna talk about? Dreams. But yeah, I mean, what did I want to talk about? I don't know where I would move though. My buddy went to Washington, and he likes it over there. I mean, I think it's a very nice place. I've visited. I've thought of other places in the world to go to, but I mean, it's good to be here. You know, as much crap that people talk about it, I do like the United States. I feel like there's a piece here that I'm looking over. It's getting to those final pieces, right? That I'm losing that last one. Come on. I'm already cutting ahead here, and I know that piece goes there. Nope, this piece goes over here. Oh, I see it. It's right under my nose, right here. I'm already cutting ahead, so I can lower the pieces. Oops, going ahead here, cutting ahead here. All right, we're making some good progress. Oh, man, I hope I can finish this. I mean, I'm at 37 minutes. It's gonna be. Let me just finish this bag, I guess. Yeah, I told you, 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes a bag or something, an hour. Put those pieces here. Put this pieces here. Doo-doop. Doo-doop. But yeah, just talk my mind. I mean, let's talk about something else. There's an insane amount of tipping culture right now, man, in the States. And it's another pet peeve. You know, I think I just ended up picking all my pet peeves to talk about. And if nobody watches this and I keep making these building videos, I'll talk about the next. I'll talk about it again because nobody saw it the first time. I'll talk about it in the next video. Again, anyways, because I want sometimes to reiterate, not reiterate, just to make sense of my points here. It's like, why is there such a bad tipping culture? And right now, there's places that are not absorbing. There's places that are forcing 20%, and I've heard that the 20% is a gratuity. It's not actually going towards the waiter. So why am I paying for that? And I hate the freaking people that say, if you can't afford to tip, don't go out to eat. Why are you gatekeeping food? Why are you gatekeeping? This is only a US thing because I went to Japan and man, you get up, you don't even wait for a waiter. There's no waiters. Just remove waiters. That's a lot of talk for somebody that's a tablet away from being replaced. There's no waiters. You get up to like the cash register, you wait there. There's somebody that comes and you pay for your food. So why is it that you're brainwashed to defend the company so they don't tip you or they don't pay you your wage? Why are you holding it to my money to force to tip you? And I've never understood, but until and I told myself, okay, I'm not tipping no more. I'm not gonna tip, and I was doing that. It was great. You know, if somebody came up and said anything, I mean, nothing. They can't do anything about it. But now, because hey, 20%, you know, just bake it into the pay. Just bake it into the prices of your burger. You know, if you're gonna just put it, if your burger costs $10, hey, 20%, it costs 12. Do I think you're, well, let's say it's not, there's not even a $12 burger anymore, right? If your burger is $16, hey, bam, 20%, 0.2 times 18, you know, I'll do the math for you. Is your burger worth $20? I'll have to evaluate that when I see the price. But I hate that these 20% fees are hidden into, it's a forced gratuity. I don't want to pay 20% on top of my food. So I've rarely been going out to eat because hey, meals used to be 50, 70, 75. When did normal gratuity end up being 20, 22, and 24%? It's not even 15. It used to be 10, 12, 15. Now, and then it's just slowly crept up with inflation. Why is tipping gone up with inflation? You know, why is my wage not gone up with inflation, but tipping has gone up? You know, 10% with inflation is 10% with inflation. Why is it all of a sudden 20%? Anyway, that's not the discussion. The discussion is that I don't know why people have been brainwashed to be on the side of the company, defending the company for not paying them because they make more money with tips, obviously, which is frustrating because they know they make more money. If they will fight for a wage, they're going to make less money. But I don't want to be paying for the gratuity. I don't want to pay 20% on top of $100. You know, just bake it into the price of the food. Just how everybody, if every other country has been able to solve it, why is it that the United States just can't do it? Very passionate about that one, right? as you can see, just, I mean, it solves itself, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb and I'm overlooking something. I'm very simple-minded sometimes, right? I'm always open to being corrected. I'm not a very, if you can tell me and bring your side of it, I'm not a person that debates. I don't like debates. I mean, I think it's just another form of a sport where if they can get you in a gotcha, they're they win the argument. It's like no, just give me the facts or something. Just you know, or maybe I just bring my opinion, and if you bring another one, we'll agree to disagree. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's something that I don't like right now. It's all the forced in gratuities on top of the everything being so expensive as it is. And there's I mean, I don't want to keep harping on gratuity. It feels like that's everywhere now. You know, it's like, why is the Starbucks barista from doing their job asking? Well, they're not asking for the tip. It's the company asking for the tip. And as long as the company keeps getting money from those suckers that keep giving them tips, they're gonna keep getting tips. They're gonna keep putting it out there, and it's not like the tips are ever gonna go away. The tips are always gonna stay there. You just have to not care what they say, not care what anybody says or thinks, and just hit the other option and hit 0%. You're not gonna tip. But anyway, yeah, that's just me talking into nothing. Let me finish this pieces and keep talking. I got like 15-ish minutes left on that timer. I'm sad I'm sad I didn't. Oh, I overlooked the timer on the memory card. Like I looked and I see, why does it say I only have an hour of time? Let me delete some stuff. Nope, it's the camera. So I used to film with my phone, not this phone in specific, but I film with my phone some other videos. I do some reviews on chapters that come out for a series called One Piece, and I like it a lot. I like anime a lot. I think anime is a great form of media. I've watched a ton of other animes. Let me see here. I've watched a ton of other series. Is this right? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Wait a minute. Why do I feel like there's something missing here? Yeah. Yeah, I hope the audio is good also. Man, ooh, that's supposed to have this, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There you go. We've finished and one piece left over. Oh shoot. But yeah. Just keep talking some random crap. Right. Let's see how these pieces are put on like this. Cool. So we'll put you on like this. Is this how you get placed? Man, this, oh yeah, it is. Oh shoot, oh fudge, I broke a piece off. No. Wait. Come on. How do I place this? So tomorrow is Labor Day. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, but I do think oh, there we go. Nice. Tomorrow's Labor Day. I'm gonna spend some time with the girlfriend. Or maybe we stay home. I don't know. Just enjoy. I like being lazy. But it is good to go out sometimes. It is good to go out. Hey, look at that. Almost done. We are almost done. Let me see before I finish with like another 15-ish minutes. I talked about tipping culture, you know. I could talk about that, but I guess I could talk about my dream of some sort. Yeah, I ended up talking about a bunch of crap here. Let me open up this last bag because I do think I can finish this bag. Let me check the time. 11:30, almost midnight. Nice. But yeah, I can finish this today. Yeah, the last piece is the hands. Then I can get rid of that big box and I can jump onto a smaller box finally. Woo! Yeah, now we can move this out of the way. Finally, this freaking huge box gets moved out of the way. It's been in the living room for so long. But finish this. I don't think I have enough things to talk about, right? Well, maybe I do. I mean, if it picks up. But yeah. Oops. I do want to get a pet. I want to get a nice cat and a dog, but a cat will be easier because I work. I mean, I could work remotely, yeah. But a cat's just easier to maintain, give them plenty of attention. A dog does need a little more space, I feel, and I think it should have a little more room, or at least to some type of walking space. And an apartment is very small for a dog, unless you get a small dog, but girlfriend wants a larger dog, I believe. Oh, we'll see. But we do want to start with a cat. I mean, just I broke down the finances, and it's very expensive as it is, you know, to get a pet on top of everything we are paying for at the moment. Not a lot, like we're paying for a lot of things, you know. So this is why I'm always wondering like how some other people are making it. Maybe it's because they're in a different part of the country. But it is, I'm barely able to think of getting by right now with the current expenses. You know, it's like at the end of the day, after throwing money into the savings, the trip, into something else, I've broken it down into the IRA. It's it's like, okay, no wonder people aren't having kids, because kids are going to be extremely expensive, and I don't even know where the money is going to come from out of this this paycheck to take care of the kids. But I feel like it's going to be save more money if she just stays at home and we don't have to pay for daycare, because daycare is ridiculously expensive too. I've seen. I don't know. That's a thought for a different place, different time. But yeah, it's something that I've. Ooh, right here, this way, perfect. It's just something I've broken down. You know, like these costs are nuts. Everything is crazy. Groceries are crazy. But what can you do? Everything is as it is almost intended, right? Let's break this here. Oops. Come on. Let me get my thoughts on the next thing. But yeah, I was talking about, yeah, I mean, I guess I can end it with this one last subject on the pet, right? So I've thought of trying to get, even though I'm allergic, which is funny, right? My one cause, I feel, is I would like to, the last piece, this is the last piece. I would like to, oh, it is this piece. I would like to get a foster home of animals. I would like to take care of animals until maybe like a hotel for pets. I can't do it here in South Florida because it's ridiculously expensive, I believe. You need a specific amount of land and all that. But it is something that I would like to do, take care of some animals. Take care of, gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Take care of some animals, foster them, take care of them until somebody ends up adopting them. Adopt them myself. Well, not adopt them myself. That would defeat the purpose, right? Maybe it's a hotel. Take care of the animals while they're on a trip or something. And I've seen it, and it doesn't really seem like it's all that profitable, but it does look enjoyable at least. It'll be difficult, but it does seem like something I would want to do to take care of. Because I always feel for. I think everybody has a soft spot for animals, right? And not everybody, obviously. Some people hate cats. Some people can't stand cats, and all that. But you know, it's something I do want to take care of when I have the opportunity, and if I can somehow get that to happen, then that'd be pretty nice. Even though I'm allergic, which apparently it's funny. I took an allergy test for the first time, and they inject a bunch of little pins onto your hand, and I still have one here that's like been itchy for this entire time. But she looks and it's like, oh, they're all raised. So she's like, oh, you're more allergic to cats. You're oh, hiccup. You're less allergic to dogs, and I'm thinking, oh man, is that why I have like such a stuffy nose sometimes around my, in a specific amount of the year, specific time of the year? Is that why I'm stuffy with my dog and cat? Which is something I didn't think about until I got that test, because I've never done the test and I've never really been allergic to my dog. I've had him on my bed. I've had the cat on my bed. And it's something I never even fathomed that I could be allergic. But hey, they're like, hey, you're slightly allergic. It's like, oh gosh, why? No, don't ruin my day like that. But I didn't change anything about it. I mean, hell, it seems like it's more of a ruse. But she's like, no. I mean, the first time I did it, they're like, oh, you're allergic. I forgot what it was, but she's like, oh my god, you're allergic and all this. You I forgot what it was. She just said, "Oh, you got to be careful around," and but nothing. I didn't worry about it. I didn't change anything. I mean, I've lived with my pets. I've had them in my room. I literally sleep next to my dog. But I did notice. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm kind of stuffy, or my nose bothers me a lot in some cases. But I didn't change anything about it, which is good because the next time I did it, she's like, "Oh, you're this." It was a different lady that took the test, and she's like, "Oh, you're just. It looks like you're allergic, but you're a little more allergic to cats than dogs. But you don't gotta worry about it. It doesn't seem like it's all that bad." Like, but she's like, "Oh, but these dust mites or some bites or something. She's like, you look like you're more very allergic to dust or stuff. So that could be why you feel like it is affecting you. That might be what it is. It's not actually your pets." So she said, "No, you're fine with your pets. You might feel like, yeah, you're saying it's stuffy, but don't worry about that. Because even like foods, it seemed," she's like, "No, there's natural uh, allergy to these types of foods when they pin them, but it's not like the other one. Like the other one was very noticeably redder and bigger than everything else." It's like, no, no, these are what is allergic. So that's good. I mean, it looks like sometimes you really do need like a second opinion, because that first lady, if I took her seriously, and if I had to give away my pets because she said, "Oh, you got to be careful with pets," I would have never known um, that I'm not that allergic to pets. Like I can still keep them. So it's always important to really get your second opinion, and really I always form my own opinion on subjects and things. I don't listen to people. I have a very bad habit of always feeling like I need to search the information. I don't trust anything anybody else tells me. I discern. Discern, is that the word? I choose if the not choose. I research the info myself and then come to my own conclusions. Even if it seems like a medical professional is telling you. And, if it's somebody like a doctor, because it wasn't a doctor, it was somebody that I would have thought had the correct opinion's not the word, the correct information, but it wasn't. So I always feel like I have to do my own research, find out my own info, because that's really what you got to do sometimes. It's incredibly important to come to your own conclusions in this time. Here it is, right here, like this. Oh, what time is it? How much time do I have left? 16 minutes? Okay, I mean, I'll just keep talking. I mean, I'll just upload this all in one go, right? But I'll come back in the last like 5-ish minutes. I'll stop it in 10 minutes, come back in the last 5-ish minutes and talk about uh, the last few things. I'll bring up the completed piece. But yeah, I feel like it's important to come up with your own conclusions, man. Always do your own research. It's tough nowadays. Everything seems like it's, I don't know. I don't know what we're coming to, man. But we're just chugging along every day. But I've gotten lucky on some stuff, I'm in the realm of saying I can afford a house. If I didn't get lucky on some things, I can't even imagine, saying that that we're able to afford a house. There's people that have gotten extraordinarily lucky in celebrities. There's some celebrities that have gotten extraordinarily lucky that talk about buying a house like it's nothing. Man, people cannot afford a house. Buying a house is such an accomplishment right now, just so we can. Ooh, what's that? Just so we can put it out there. I mean, gosh, buying a house feels like it's such an accomplishment. I'd be cruising right now if I owned a house. You know, well, even then, the taxes keep going up every year. That's what my coworker had told me. He started off paying 2,400 and now he's at 2,600 or something type of payment. It's like, hey, even though you see 3,100 now in a monthly payment, the taxes and insurance are going to keep going up every year. And the 3,100 is with the imaginary HOA, imaginary taxes, imaginary insurance. It's telling me 3,100. So it's gonna have to be a lot more in that case. Ooh, we're almost done. Look at that. It's a finger. But I think this first video is gonna have most of my dialogue. Most of my dialogue in this case. What is this? Oh, hey, look at that. It's gonna have most of me talking, and then the next one is just gonna have me building some random thing, maybe not talking as much. So maybe that video does better, right? Here we go. We're getting to it. We're finishing. Wow, it's been a month plus of building this thing, but we're getting to it. We are finishing. But yeah. Yes, luck plays such a role in life too. Luck really some people, there's some celebrities out there that, you know, maybe they had something good going for them at the start, and they were funny or something, or stuff. I mean, I could talk about that in the next video, that some people really feel like they just got lucky, because I don't know why they're popular or they're famous, and there's just like this crazy amount of people holding celebrities up to such a standard when, dude, they're just good at one thing. They're just good at singing a song, you know, using their vocal cords. You break it down, and I break things down very logically. It's like, why are we giving these people a platform, attention? And it's sad sometimes that hey, look at that, it's a hand. It's done. This is almost the last piece. We are getting to the end. That we've given these people a platform to make even more money. I mean, making money is fine, but man, it feels like they are severely ungrateful to, oh, right there. Severely ungrateful to oh, the other hand, to what made them popular in the first place, you know? But let's stop the video here so I can attach the other piece. I have like a few more minutes, so let's just keep talking here. Or just keep building. I think I'm done with the useless subjects that no one's gonna listen to. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about, I mean, obviously they have a platform. You know, I could break it down logically too. It's like, why do we give them a platform for just having a specific set of skills that people are entertained by, I guess, entertainment, you know? But at the same time, turn that around on me and you can say, well, obviously they have a platform because they're entertaining. I mean, I can also understand why they're popular, right? Because they are, where is this piece? They're entertaining in of themselves, in of itself. Gosh darn it, come on, let's finish this already. That, yeah, they have a platform because they have a specific set of skills that people like to listen to. So for some reason, they'll listen to them when it comes to a certain case. There it is. Ooh. I was like, oh, that piece gotta be there, please. You know, oh, what's funny is I have a piece on here. I don't want to lift the whole thing, but there's a piece that didn't come with the whole set. And I can tell you it didn't come with the set because it's one of the first bags. I finished this entire piece here. And it didn't have that last remaining piece. And I'm like, where is it? Where is it? I looked for it and I'm like, okay, it has to be here because I finished everything up to this. Everything's here. I did not lose it. Good. But yeah, I got 9 minutes. Ah, man, if I could come up. All right, let me finish. Let me try and see if I pause it. And I can talk with the last remaining minutes on this. But yeah, man, I finally finished this whole Bowser. I wish I recorded the whole thing, you know, even in a time lapse. I wish I could have recorded this entire thing. And there's something my girlfriend had told me to do, and I don't know why I didn't do it. I didn't want to set it up and all this. Maybe this doesn't even look that good, man. It might look like doo-doo or something. But maybe it looks good. Because I used to record some videos for reviews, and it didn't end up doing too well and stuff. But she said just sit here and you're already building it. Just record yourself building the rest. All right. I mean, I finally found some good settings on this camera so I can record this part. But let me pause it and I can record. Oops, let's do this. Let's pause it so I can record the other piece. All right. Well, finally ended up getting to finish this. So here it is. Finally, after month plus of this, I finished the Bowser. Here's the finished hands. Unfortunately, as I said, I should have been doing this whole build recorded, you know. But I think I'll make some other ones. I'll show. See, here's all the freaking pieces finally. Finished building this Bowser. Man, it's been great. I've enjoyed this one. Let me see my phone here. Not yet. Okay. It's past midnight finishing this. But yeah, I finished the Bowser. It's such a cool piece. It took months. I don't know how many pieces this is, but I am missing that one piece here. Let's put it on there on the platform. Now, woo, finally finished the booklet on this. So thick. I was like daunting how many pages was gonna be, how long this was gonna take, but I do have some other builds here. I have some Gundams I'm gonna plan. If this gets any sort of traction, I have a Gundam here to build. I went to Japan, and when I went to Japan, I went hard. That sounded wrong out of context. Oh man. Okay, so I have some pieces here, and these were ridiculously low for what like I thought. You know, they had this cool freaking Digimon piece that looks sick. This is one of my favorite Digimons from Gen 3, from Guilmon line. I don't know if anybody's a nerd like me that's gonna watch this, but I want to build that. I have another Gundam. I have a sick Gundam over here. I want to build. How do I? There's a sick one from Tashi Nations, I believe. This table was also my girlfriend's idea, which is like, oh, just build it on this. Instead, I was building it like on the bed. There's so many little random builds around here. I have a freaking paper thing here. Oh, they're all here. I have more pieces here. This is gonna be a little more annoying to get out. Maybe I should have planned this better. But yeah, anyway, I have some pieces here I can build. I think this is going to be a really cool piece, if you can see that there. I don't know if you can. This camera is really cool, man, and I've never really used it properly. Like, I bought it once, and it went to crap. I didn't do anything with it. I think I should fix so it's not so blurry here, right? Maybe I might have been holding this thing wrong the whole time, and instead of covering my face, here it is. Oh, there you go. It looks so much better. God darn. I've messed up. See, like I'm trying to block my face so I could focus on it. Trying to block my face. There you go. It's so cool. This is so cool. I want to do another one. I want a bigger one. But these Lego pieces are, whoo-wee, they're expensive, all right. But I have a really cool piece, and if I knew how to pause this better, I can grab it. If I can pause it a lot better, I can grab the other one. But you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, maybe I start this one. The Guilmon is really cool, but maybe it's too much of a nerd one. You know, I have the other Gundam here. Let me just bring it out. This Gundam looks really cool right here. This Gundam looks really neat. I've never built a Gundam. This is going to be one of my first ones, so we're going to be here learning. But it looks super cool. I went to Japan and man, I bought so much stuff. It was such a good time. I recommend everybody goes to Japan just once. It's gonna be expensive. I'm not gonna front, man. It costs a lot of money. The ticket to fly right now from South Florida was like $1,600, I think. I'm not gonna front. It's an expensive ticket to fly to Japan, but it was well worth it. I recommend it entirely. But that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed watching me build the final moments of this Bowser, which was a very neat time, neat experience. Let me see if I can cut my face out here. It was a very neat experience, and hope you enjoyed. I mean, I'll build another one, if anything. I'll build some other stuff I have there. I don't know how long those Gundams would take, but I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me, I guess, rant, talk about some random nonsense. But you have some topics to talk about, or just you're maybe just, hey, fix the focus and don't yap as much. Just build it. I want to see you build it instead. Then, hey. Please leave me a comment, leave me a like, if you'd be so kind, subscribe. And this cup is fantastic as well. This cup is from Tokyo. This is a beautiful Sakura cup that I got from there, and I love it. I loved everything from that trip. And yeah, if you have any recommendations, please let me know, and like to see you again. All right. Thanks for watching.